My moment of courage was admitting my anxiety. I have always had anxiety from a very young age, and I always had this overwhelming feeling, and I never really knew what it was. I thought it was maybe everyone felt like that and maybe it was normal. I always knew that I felt things very deeply. For example, in classes, I would just kind of daydream. Whenever my teachers were speaking to me, I would just kind of shut off, and I didn't really know why, but it's because I honestly could not focus because I was feeling so overwhelmed and it made it impossible. And a lot of people were just like, oh, she's just a daydreamy kid, but that was absolutely not the case. I figured it out by going to a therapist, and it's one of those things where you don't always have it, it comes in phases. So, you could go through phases where you're okay, and then there's other times where it's just so stressful and it feels like the whole world is falling down and you can't breathe, and it's absolutely awful. I would say it's very difficult to admit anxiety, and I think it is kind of embarrassing because it's not very normal, or at least in your head. Everyone has anxiety about different things, and so what I am anxious about, someone else may look at and they may be like, oh, I don't understand why you're anxious about that, it doesn't make sense. And so sometimes it just feels like it would be easier to fight the battles on your own, when in reality that is the worst idea you could ever do. My toughest moment of courage was acknowledging my anxiety and speaking about it because I felt so much shame.